Well, it's great to be able to speak to you guys about this movie. It's like I saw it a few weeks back, and it was such a great time. My just first off, I just have to say, Frankie, I grew up with you. I rented Agent Cody Banks 2 a billion times
Nice,
from Hollywood Video, so so I just had to get that out of the way. Um,
nice, nice.
so the film's topic of AI is a very hot topic right now, and it really makes the audience second guess every moment of the film. It's a wonderful blend of genre, thriller, suspense, drama, and romance. How would you both describe the film in your own words to someone that's not seen the trailer?
Yeah, it's not that it's hard, but you don't want to give away too much. But I do remember reading the script and really feeling that like what I thought the movie was going to be when I started and when I got to the middle definitely was not where it ended. You know what I mean? So I think that the surprise of kind of the direction that it goes is pretty exciting. But I'll let Robert give the good synopsis that he gives.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about, kind of finding self-help and courage, within AI and Renner trying to meet this girl and this across the hallway and using the self-help AI to get enough confidence and ultimately, realizing he may not be headed where he needs to be because he's accidentally put his manipulative mother into the code. Um, yeah.
And I mean, and the that was such a good element as well. And that actually dives into a question I have for you, Frankie. Is there's a fantastic bit of dialogue at a kitchen table that it was really emotional, and it really dives into the character's trauma. When you go into a scene like that, is there something that you like cue into to really get into the moment?
I mean, I haven't really had much experience with having to do that type of acting, right? Like if you think of the movies I did and the roles I played, I've played a few more dramatic characters before, but nothing like this. And I think that's why I was really excited about the opportunity to play the role. But I remember being really nervous, to be honest, especially with that scene. It's basically me talking for like 10 minutes straight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the storytelling and getting all that across, but also like there's every level of emotion within that speech
Yeah.
and making sure that you hit that. I remember being nervous and but I don't know where the emotion came from in a sense because like I it came I pulled stuff out of me I didn't know existed, right? I so much so that when I went home after filming almost every day, because every day was pretty intense, I had a hard time differentiating like real life from the emotion of the movie because
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of got my head spinning and all that. So it was really interesting in that sense as like a person who's not a method actor, like doesn't dive into a character and have to feel it. I thought it was cool. It felt good, and I know every day I left, I remember thinking like, okay, I'm happy with what I think I got out on the screen because normally I go like, that's not really what I was thinking, and so I'm really happy with how it turned out. Sorry, I was.
No, yeah, I love the way that your character develops from the very beginning to just the end, and you see kind of the spiral of your character as the trauma is revealed, and then as the twists occur with characters, and without spoiling it, the final act of the film is just pure chaos, and I loved it, and I was just wondering, was that always, Robert, when you went in to write and direct this, was that always your intent? Was how this film concluded is with the chaos is how it always was intended?
Absolutely with the chaos and that I think is what makes it sort of a good mystery. And for me the big thing was to make sure that it's really emotionally grounded and that the relationship between Jamie and Renner is a real one and is really rooted and further between I mean in every scene, kind of the third person in this love triangle is Salinas, is the mother. And so it was really key to make sure that like there was a core strain in every direction, in every scene. And that's what was Yeah, that's what was super important, because I think that's it, I think it's really the emotional that audiences connect with, and this just had a lot of really great elements to lean further into.
Yeah, and I am curious because we never leave the apartment floor. It's the apartments and then the hallway, and it's very like neon coded, and it's very claustrophobic kind of the setting, where you really have to dive into these characters' emotions more. I was just wondering, especially with the AI design, it kind of goes to kind of like an unease and paranoia. What like motivated this design choice, like with the AI design?
I spent a lot of time on the world and also the specific design of the AI. And for me, I'm always like, how am I going to shoot this? What's it going to look like? Um, and I wanted it to feel super cinematic. And the image that I could not get away with is I was like, I have to see the reflection of Renner in, because it's this commingling that's
Mhm.
so important. And so then I was like, well, maybe it's a big lens, maybe it's a big eye. And then I have this phenomenal kind of character designer that I worked with to then build on top of that. Um, and yeah, and that became the Salinas character, and then the color pink, because ultimately it's a relationship with a female AI that he's developing.
Yeah, well, I do have one more question. There's a scene. It's kind of a more of a fun question I have. There's a scene where with your character Frankie and Violet's character, and you're sitting on the couch and you're watching like a CSI type show, and it's on their like second or so date. And I'm wondering like what would be a show that you would watch with a date that would best kind of like reflect your personal television taste?
Oh man.
Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, let me show you what I used to do. No, I'm kidding, no. Um, probably Toddlers and Tiaras. No,
I mean, it's quite a date movie there, or date show.
no idea. Man, I watch a lot of like of those types of shows too, like the Forensic Files, the First 48s, any kind of cop drama type like reality show, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm big into. I don't know how much like my wife likes those, but I don't know that I'm
No,
married. I don't gotta worry about second date
yeah,
TV time.
yeah, I gotcha. What about you, Robert?
Oh, for me, I don't know. That's a good question. I really like just kind of garbage TV that's just fun to watch and make fun of. And I think what's nice about TV like that is it's like inexperience. You're not just sort of like zoned out, not talking to each other. It's suddenly like a very social thing to do. Uh, just kind of joking around with, with what you're watching.
Yeah,
She watches a
absolutely.
lot of the Steve Wilkos channel on Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank
Connor.
you guys. Thank you.